All right, so now what we want to do is start animating things. We just simply put things away where we want them to start. And so to animate them, it takes two parts. One, we need to start with the animation property. So let's animate the cabbage first because it's going to just grow. Everything else is just going to kind of sit there. And so for this animation, I want to call a keyframe that says, okay, do this, do this, do this, and do this. So the name of this keyframe, I'm going to call it grow. And then, and we'll add other properties in a minute. So to do that, then right here, I'm going to add the keyframe. So it's at keyframes. And now I can say what I want it to do. Okay. So for this cabbage, I'm going to start with it. The thing that makes it change, the property that makes it change is the transform property. And the transform property has three things that you can use. And one of those is scale. And that's what I want it to do. So at the 0% time, I want it to transform. And here I want it to just be a scale of 1 because I want it to start out just at the size that it is. Okay. And then I want it to grow. And at 25%, it's going to still be growing. This is when the farmer's still watching and everything's fine. Oops, I didn't want a space there. And I'm going to transform and I'm going to scale it at 2. And then at 50%, oh, I have an extra. Oh, I need that up. Okay, then at 50%, when the editor doesn't behave exactly how I expect, then I stop to see what kind of error I've made. And I did this exactly the same thing. I put an enter there and I don't want to. So I want to transform is the property I want to change and the scale version of that. And I want it to be at 4 at 50%. Okay, so notice I could have just gone from 1 to 4 and skipped this, but notice how it's growing slower here at the beginning. I mean faster. So it doubles in the first 25% and then it doubles again in the next one. So I guess that's being pretty constant, doubling and doubling, but it's actually growing more. So let's see if we can see that grow. Oh, we have to do a couple of other things. So it doesn't say the property. So it says we have to give the transforms a name so it can see that. And then we need to tell it a couple of other things. You don't need all the animation properties, but you need to see how long you want the animation to last. And I really want this animation to last probably 30 seconds. But I'm going to do it really fast as I'm developing, so I don't have to wait 30 seconds to watch it every time. I can just watch it fast because I know what's going to happen. Another thing that I want to tell it is I want to tell it to what rate to grow, to what rate to change, because the animation is going to change things. As it moves along, I can say start slow, go fast, start slow, end slow. Or I can say I want it to be linear. I want it to move steady throughout from one step to the other. So I'm going to use linear for that. So if I save that, and I'm going to put 100% here. Let's keep going here. I don't want to just stop, right? I have other properties. Let's see. Oh, I have it 60%. This is when the rabbit starts eating it. It starts eating at 50, and by 60, it has gone down to a scale of 3. Okay, and then at, oh no, it eats fast. I'm sorry, I had it 55%. It transforms to a scale of 3, and then at 60%, rabbit's seriously eating this. Transform, and now it's at a scale of 2. And then the farmer comes back, chases the rabbit away, so it stops getting smaller. So all the way to 100%, it's going to stay the same. And so the scale is going to stay at 2. It's never going to get all the way back to the size it was. It eats at some, but not all of it. This might be bothering other people besides me, but I want a spacer. It doesn't, you don't need it, but it looks better to me. Okay, so I'm going to save that. So I have this cabbage growing. So let's refresh and see if it actually happens. There you go. Gets bigger, nice and big, and the rabbit eats it fast, and then gets chased away by the farmer. So the cabbage is doing what we want. Now notice it went back to the beginning, and that's because the animation got over, and everything resets back to the beginning when the animation's over. So the 10 seconds is up and it's done. That's what happens.